Assalamu alaikum, ladies. Welcome back to my channel. I pray that you're all in the best of health and iman. If you are new, welcome. My name is Nafisa. I am a certified relationship and trauma informed coach. I help women to heal after toxic relationship and or avoid them altogether. So if you're interested in being coached by me, you can find me over on my website, or you can also find me on Patreon, where I help women to enhance their feminine side so that they can be the soft women that they wish to be. As life goes on, as I said earlier, lives. Yeah, like life happens. A lot of things happen to us, and the older we get, for some of us, if we're not healing and we're not shedding the baggage of what's happened, we carry it along. So actually, you realize that not only was the 21 version of you naive, and you think that was a silly thing to be naive, but she was probably more lighthearted, happier, more free. But now that you're 35, 36, 38, whatever the age is, you're just finding yourself, you're more miserable the older you get. You know why that is? It's because of the pain that we are carrying, and we are just piling it on as life goes on. We are piling it. We just keep piling it. So actually, it is very important that you ladies, in pursuit of love in your 30s and plus, that you are learning to heal as you go along. What I'm saying may just not resonate with a lot of people, but if it resonates with you, you need to keep it 100. Because you see, all that baggage you're carrying, I've spoken about this on my Patreon, my femininity group. All the baggage you're carrying is making people to repel. It's causing others to be repelled by you, because it's showing up in your behavior, it's showing up in how you carry yourself, it's showing up in your mentality, it's showing up in how you relate to others. So when it comes to love, instead of attracting love, actually what you're doing is you are pushing it away, because nobody wants to be around you, because you're so full of so much negativity, so much pain, so much hurt, right? And a man is really looking for a wife who can be his place of peace. So it's very important, ladies, that you learn to heal from the baggages, from the pains that's happened to you. You process it. You learn to have a mind that can be at peace, at ease, a mind that can be playful, that can be soft, even though life is still lifing, yes, but you can be a woman like that. Because these are, again, I talk about these things on Patreon. These are the type of qualities that make you really appear feminine, and that is greatly attractive to a man. So much so that you can be in your element so much that he even forgets your age. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, there are some women, they could be in their late 40s, in their 50s, but they are so light at heart. They're so playful at heart. They're so fun to be around. You can just sense the energy, the positive energy that just exudes from them. And that doesn't mean that life hasn't happened to them. Life has so happened to them. But they are on a continuous journey of healing. They are on a continuous journey of self-reflecting, of learning lessons, of choosing to let go, instead of just carrying it on and piling it on and building it on. So despite your age, this is going to be a very important quality towards finding love, especially when you're 30 plus, when society has a certain perception of the reason why you may not be married. Another point that I really want to make here, ladies, is I do not want you to forget, and this is something very important that the rest of society never talks about. Nobody in the red pill is ever going to tell you about this stuff. Unfortunately, and quite sadly, some of the brothers in the deen, some of my Muslim brothers that I've seen have conversations around this, they don't even consider this either. Like, it's not even a topic of conversation that even comes to their mind. And I want to tell you, as your Muslim sister, and as someone who is trying to live out Islam, and as someone whom, yes, it took me until my 30s to get married with all my amazing qualities. And that one thing is, ladies, you must believe in predestination. And that cannot be an excuse as to why we're not putting in the effort. But that is also a part of this story. Allah has destined a time for everything to happen to us. And who is going to be part of our lives and who's not going to be part of our lives. You can be everything the red pill community tells you need to be. A certain size, a certain weight, a certain look, a certain blah de blah. You can be all of that, have an amazing character, and still not be married by the age that you think you're supposed to be married by, or by the age that society says you're going to be married, you should be married by. Because Allah could still look at you and say, this is going to be your test. I am going to test you, and I'm going to make you wait until this point until you are married. Nothing you can do about it. You must wait until Allah's timing. And if you think everything in life is under your control, you are making the biggest mistake. It's a balance. It's tying your camel, and then it's putting your trust in Allah. So when you are tying all the camels you can and yet nothing is happening, you must remember that there is a qadr that Allah has for you. He has determined when you're going to be born without your permission. He has determined when you're going to get married, and that too may be without your permission. Very much so. If you're doing everything you can and it's still not working out, then it's by Allah's qadr. He has determined when you're going to leave this world without your permission. He has determined what family you're going to be born into without your permission. So not everything in your life is under your control. Again, I just want you ladies to have a balanced understanding of this. You tie your camel and you put your trust in Allah. Not everything is going to be under your control. You can be all of that and still not married. It doesn't make you a bad person. It doesn't mean there's something quote unquote wrong with you. It just means it is not God's timing yet. And the same thing can also happen to brothers, by the way. It's funny how a lot of brothers are talking about women being all this age and they're not being married. Some brothers don't get married until they're mid-40s. Now, we can say they're men, so it's different for them. But actually, some men also really struggle with that because they may have been looking for a wife for a very long time. And it's a challenge. But what can they do? Again, they try everything that they can. Nothing happens until Allah's timing is due. So as Muslims, I just want us to reason, right? You can't be following the world so much that you forgot your deen and where you're coming from. You forgot that you are a slave of Allah. You can't be looking at things with such a worldly lens that you forgot to put on your Islamic lens, which should actually be with you 24/7. So I just want you ladies to understand that sometimes you can do everything you can and it still not happen and it be your test. And now is a question of sabr. Now is the question of, can you accept what Allah is decreeing for you whilst you still put your effort in? So it is very important that you guys reason in those terms, right? Okay. Last but most certainly not least, I want to say you ladies need to make time and prioritize searching for a spouse. Prioritize giving yourselves opportunity to meet a man. A lot of you may be very busy with whatever it is in life, studying, career, maybe not even doing anything, just relaxing and chilling and just enjoying your life, traveling. And I love that. I love that women do that because it just means their life has more meaning than just waiting to marry. But at the same time, I do also want you to prioritize marriage now. If it is important to you, it's time for you to look at your routine and ask yourself, how is that reflected in my day-to-day life? How is it reflected in my weekly life? Because if it's not, then maybe you're not tying all of your camels. Maybe there are a few loose camels that's just walking around. So maybe there's more for you to do. So you must learn to prioritize that. Prioritize ways of seeking a man, making yourself available, right? Making time for that part of your life is very, very, very important. And if you want one-on-one help with this, you can book coaching sessions with me and I can, take you further along by what I mean by this and how you can actually do this, because it is important that you are definitely doing your part and you're not just sitting there saying, oh, well, if Allah wills, if Allah doesn't, I don't care. If you don't care, then that's fine. If not something you're not pursuing it, then I don't even know why you're watching this video in the first place. But, If it is important to you and if it is something that you care about, then it really has to show in your actions. It cannot just be words, because you will blink an eye and 1 year just passed. You blink another eye and 3 years just passed. And you blink another 10 years later, you're sitting there going, wait, what's going on? Right? So you have to put in the work, you have to put in the effort. If this is important to you, make time for it. All right, ladies, I really hope you have enjoyed this video. I have enjoyed making it and sharing it with you ladies as per usual. I really pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants all of you guys who are searching righteous husbands who will be good for you, good to you, and the coolness of your eyes. Ameen. And those of us who are already married, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us in our marriages, bless our homes, our children, and everything else, and keep us all safe. Ameen. All right, ladies, thank you so much for being here. Give this video a thumbs up. Share it with a single sister that you may know, okay? Make this your daily gift to her. Sometimes single sisters don't talk about these topics because they're very sensitive topics. So, you could just drop the video in for her. And you never know, there may be something in this video that may be very beneficial for her. All right, ladies, I'll speak to you soon. Assalamu alaikum.